All right, welcome back to Russell Does Stuff. Russell's gonna work on his Toro Grandstand lawnmower. Russell's gonna try to fix a hydraulic leak. Russell don't know how to fix a hydraulic leak. Russell watched 4 videos on how to fix a hydraulic leak. So Russell's gonna try to figure out how to fix hydraulic leak. So this is what we've gotten into here. We've removed the gas tank, which is completely full of gas. We had to take this nut off of here, which was seized on. So a little bit of WD 800 million gazillion universal times lubricant squirts out of a can and loosens up stuff for you. Finally, I had to get out the big guns here, the big Milwaukee Impact that you get lug nuts off with on your car. Zippy that nut right off of there. So there's our leak. The guy who sold me this mower, he knew about this leak and he didn't tell me. Looks like both sides are leaking a little bit. So I bought a new hose kit to put on here. So these clamps, these factory clamps right here, they are crimped on by robots or people, I don't know. And then they fail, they stretch out, and because of the heat, they expand and contract. So I got to pull all that stuff off of there and try to keep all the junk from falling in the hydros. And I'll probably take this fan off here too, so I can get a better look at that other side, because it looks like it's leaking also. So don't be afraid to dig into some of this stuff and try to fix things on your own. This was not something that was in my wheelhouse. I, in the past, had always paid people to do my repair work, and this kind of repair work is not cheap. Some places charge $110. Some places charge, $85 an hour. The line on this was probably 3 hours plus parts, so it probably would have cost me about, I don't know, $350, maybe $400 or so. But I want to attempt it myself, since I'm wearing work shirts and got some knowledge off of YouTube. I'm now a Toro Grandstand commercial repairman. So I'm going to spare everybody the wrenching and the twisting and the cutting and the scraping and bruising and all that stuff. Some of that stuff's painful to watch. It takes forever for some of these people to get the repairs out. Some of the YouTube channels I've watched, the guy talks about his grandkids for 15 minutes, and then he decides to do the repair, and then the repair's done and you don't really know what he did. So you have to rewind it, and you're trying to find all the nuggets and shortcuts that he took to get the job fixed. So then you normally have to watch 3 or 4 videos, and then you take things from each video and then try to apply them to your repair. So that's always been my experience. Unless, you get lucky and you stumble across that one video that he doesn't have a long introduction. He doesn't talk about how the mail's late and what he's going to have for dinner, and what his thoughts are on the weather and stuff like that, and gets right to the repair. Shows you the tools you need. Shows you about how long it's going to take. Shows you the parts you're going to need. And the best thing is the common things that mess up on these mowers. That's always like what you call a nugget. Well, it's always leaking from here, so you should probably look there first. Okay, that kind of stuff, that's real helpful. So I'm not going to bore you with conversations about my fishing trip that I took 12 years ago. I'm not going to video me taking that nut off, unless you guys want to see that kind of stuff, you know. So thanks for dropping by. If you like this kind of stuff, drop a comment below. If you want to see me pulling the trigger on my my cordless torque drill, let me know. Till the next time, thanks for stopping by.